edition of the Studio One podcast. I am Cheyenne Ortiz, running solo this week. My wonderful partner, who's 250 pounds of chiseled svelte, Joey Image, is away this week on important image business. So I'm running solo. My guest this week, easily one of the most popular competitors in the Ace locker room right now, Astro Morales. Astro, it's good to have you here on Studio One.
Thanks for having me here, bro. It's a pleasure.
Well, Astro, first thing I always ask my guests, how are you today? How you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm actually battling a little bit of a cold, but I'm fine other than that.
I saw you in the ring training. You're getting ready for a slew of upcoming matches. How's your body hold up, man?
My body's holding up all right. I'm hitting the gym every day, getting ready for my matches.
What are you bench pressing right now?
Right now, 400 pounds, easily.
Wow. And what are you squatting?
About 350.
That Puerto Rican Powerhouse thing, that's not a gimmick, huh?
It's not a gimmick at all. It's actually like my lifestyle. This is what I dedicate my life to.
A normal day for you, you got your day job. How many hours do you spend in the gym right now? Because you had your last few matches, besides it being brutal, you've really showed your strength. Since we started here at the Morgan Junior Arena, you have really started to develop a bit more of an edge, but you've showcased your power a lot more. What's your gym regimen like?
My gym regimen is usually I warm up with a lot of heavy weight. Mm-hmm. I like to maximize at least...
Are you doing free weights or are you doing machines?
No, I do free weights. I believe free weights is more... helps you get stronger. Yeah.
It's a cleaner pull.
Yeah. With the machines, you get a lot of help. With the free weights, you have to balance it all yourself, and it's more work for you. So it benefits you more, in my opinion.
Okay. The first thing I always ask my guests is, what made you want to get into professional wrestling?
Man, I've loved professional wrestling since I was a little kid. My father actually was a wrestler in Puerto Rico and
really?
In New York. He wasn't known or anything like that, but it was always his dream.
How long did he wrestle for?
About 15 years.
Okay, pretty decent run.
Yeah, so his dream was to be, a star in wrestling. He couldn't make it, but, I'm following his footsteps. I love what I do, and this is one of my goals.
So normally I ask, what was the moment and who was it that brought you into the wrestling business and made you say, I want to do that? Was it your dad? Or was it?
Yes, it was my dad.
You knew your dad was a wrestler?
Yes.
Early on?
Yeah, since I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. My dad used to actually show me his finisher, which was something like Alberto Del Rio's finisher. Just sort of like
cross arm breaker thing?
Yes, similar to that. So he used to show me that when I was little, and I used to be so fascinated by that my father could do that. My father's an older man, so I was very impressed as a little kid.
Okay. Growing up, what memories of wrestling do you have as a kid? What moments stand out for you that made you become a fan of the business?
I mean, Ultimate Warrior versus Hogan is kind of cliche at this point, but that's one of my biggest memories in wrestling. Ultimate Warrior becoming the Intercontinental and WWE champion.
Yeah,
it's
very pivotal.
Yeah, so that would be one of the biggest moments. I'm a huge Ultimate Warrior fan, British Bulldog. I miss those muscular guys that can ring wrestle.
Okay. Yeah, so you like guys with larger frames that can work much?
Yes.
Which is pretty much what you model. I'm hearing the guys you like, Warrior Bulldog, and now I see more of where your style is.
Yeah, I like to consider myself a hybrid. I'm a 270 pounder. I can climb the top rope and throw my body around. I can just pick people up. It doesn't matter. Like Vince Steele was over 400 pounds. I could lift him up easily.
You've lifted him up many times.
Stockade. So I'm the kind of guy that I could fly. I can throw people around, and I could get down the mat if I have to.
What point did you start looking at wrestling schools and who trained you?
I actually came from a backyard background.
Okay.
That's looked down upon.
I never knew you were a yarder.
Yeah. I came from that background, but then I heard one of my boys went to Johnny Rod's
in Brooklyn.
Over there in yes, and he told me about it. So I went over there. I talked to Rod's, and he gave me an opportunity to learn the craft, and that's where it all started for me.
What was the training regimen like with Johnny?
It wasn't necessarily with Johnny. It's the guys like the Musketeer, Tristan Spade.
Oh, okay. So Johnny just supervises at this point.
Yeah.
What year did you start?
2008.
Okay. Not too far ago.
No, it's not.
What was the training regimen like?
Pretty much a lot of running, a lot of squats, push-ups, stuff like that. A lot of bumping. Pretty much that kind of stuff.
How far into the training before you were having your first matches and stuff like that?
Actually, around a month or two. I was very green when I had my first match.
Wow, that is green. You started grass behind yours.
Yes, very green. But he put me with some nice seasoned veterans like Pete Simmons and Tristan Spade. Those guys knew what they were doing, and they always looked out for me. So that was pretty cool.
So you're already having matches not even 3 months in training.
Yes.
When did you feel like you were at least getting better at it? Like, when did you say, like, you knew your first match wasn't going to be 5 stars. You knew you weren't going to be that great. Well, not even. Was there one thing you knew you had right away?
I could bump.
Okay.
I can bump like it's nobody's business. I have always been comfortable with falling. I can sell. I think that's one of my strong points. I think I started getting comfortable around the 5th month.
Okay.
I started working veteran guys, so that helped a lot. The fact that I was working with guys who've been in the business for 10 years, that helped me a lot. So I was getting comfortable pretty early on.
Okay, and around what time did you felt like you had like your first good solid match?
I think in my opinion, my first good solid match would be against George Santi.
Okay.
I mean, he's really great. He's also another young guy who's works around New York City. He's pretty talented. I think that's what I consider one of my best matches starting off. He's pretty good.
How long did you train under Johnny?
I would say I trained about 2 years.
Okay. And you were solely for Johnny? You weren't getting any other bookings in between that time?
Yeah. Johnny doesn't really...
For his promotion?
Yeah, just pretty much just Johnny Rods.
Yeah, he pretty much wants you under his umbrella for a while.
Yeah.
Before you could venture out and try other things.
Yeah, do your own thing.
Did you end up in Ace right away, or did you try other promotions before getting here?
I actually worked in other promotions in the Ace arena, not necessarily Ace.
Over at Sip Street?
Yeah, like CWE, did a couple shows there, and I went and did shows for them. But I didn't come to Ace till like about a year and a half ago. But I always knew about Ace because I always heard about it. Right. I attended shows, and I was always a big fan. I always wanted to be a part of Ace.
And you worked the old building, but not under Ace?
Yeah, I worked the old building, but not under Ace.
So you were already in Wallington by the time you started getting your shot?
Yeah.
Okay, and why did you stop training with Johnny?
A lot of personal issues, really. I got hurt.
How well did you get close with Johnny?
Johnny Rods is a pretty damn good guy. He's awesome. He's always treated me with respect.
Because I've heard he's one of the nicest trainers in the business, and he treats his kids like kids.
Yeah, he really does. He's a cool dude. I mean, he tells you straight up if he sees potential in you. He lets you know that you have the potential to go far, and he pushes you. I mean, this is a tough business. It's not meant for everybody. So, you know what I mean? He does what he can.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's still a business, though. That's what a lot of people don't get. But he was always great to me. I still have that door open to go and work for Johnny Rods.
And when and how did you get to Ace? If you were, you worked Sip Street, you must have at least known of Mike Morgan. How did you at least get the foot in the door? Did you know someone? Did you know Mike?
I've known Mike for a while. I wouldn't say we talked a lot, but I came to support actually the movement.
Wow.
I was in contact with Jamal Jackson, and I actually asked him about coming over to a show just to visit and check Ace out. And on that day, I would say it was 2 months before Crossroads, 10. And I came to visit, and I saw Mike. And Mike actually asked me if, I had my gear, did I bring my bag? And I said no, because I wasn't.
Well, no, it had to be before Crossroads 10, because Crossroads 10, you had the lockjaw match. So it had to be before that, right?
Actually, yeah, you're right. So at least...
Maybe Crossroads 9 or 8?
Yeah, there you go. You're right. It's a year, whole year off.
Yeah.
About 2 months before Crossroads 9.
Because you were ready to leave the business, right?
Yes, I was ready to call it quits. I had a lot of personal issues with my father. My father was very sick. He actually had his leg amputated, so I decided to dedicate my time to take care of my father and look out for him. My father in the hospital told me, I don't want to... He said, I'm crippled, but I don't want to cripple you. I want you to be able to pursue your dreams and, achieve the goals that you set out for yourself. And he motivated me while I visited him in his rehab. He just told me, follow your dreams, go do wrestling because I know you're good at it and I know you want to do it. So just pursue that. And I did. And then when Mike hit me up, it was sort of like, here it is. My father's telling me to follow my dreams. And then Mike hits me up. So I saw my opportunity to, follow my dream and do what I love to do. So
what was your first match here at Ace?
My first match was actually a tag team with Danny Pagan.
Okay.
Under the Caribbean Outlaw tag team. We faced Axis Powers. I'm pretty sure we lost that match.
Okay.
But that was my first match here at Ace officially.
You got teamed up with one of the absolute best veterans that Ace has, right from the gun, and he's one of your closest friends. What was it like working with Pagan? Because Pagan has worked U.S., Puerto Rico. He's worked across the U.S., across the Puerto Rican circuit. He's a veteran of all trades. Like, what was he like to have as a partner and to kind of guide you from the resurrection of your young career?
Danny Pagan is actually a good friend of mine. He's one of the best people I've ever met in this business. They say friends are hard to find, but I consider Danny Pagan like a brother. He's always looked out for me, and from the moment that Morgan put me with him, he always had my back. He always calls me once in a blue. How you doing, Astro? He checks up on me, and he's just a great guy. It was such an honor and a pleasure to work with Danny Pagan, man. I miss that guy. He's awesome.
Yeah, I really wish Bad Boy was here doing. Bad Boy would be really hot right now with a lot of stuff we would be doing here at the building. Now we have production and stuff.
Awesome.
Because he's great. He's nothing he can't do. He works his ass off. He talks.
He likes helping the young talent out.
And he likes helping the young guys out. He knows that the future is with youth. He gets the bigger picture. Yeah. What was the first real feud you had when you came back to work for Ace?
The first real feud, let me see. I believe it was with Vince Steele.
So that program, when I started, that was really your first feud? You had nothing before that?
I believe so. I did.
Well, true, because when I came when you split with Danny. Yeah. With the Georgie thing.
I was thrown in a few matches, tags. Right. And I was thrown in a couple, 4-ways and 3-ways and stuff. And then, I broke out into my own. And then I met a Proffet. Right before I broke out on my own, I met a Proffet. He took me out of the tag division and, had my singles run with him. And that's where I met some success. And I became Diamond Division champion.
What was it like, getting a manager? Because here in Ace, Mike Lewis is the be-all, end-all manager. He's the measuring stick. The track record speaks for itself, the name alone. So you went and branched out, got a brand new manager, and it's been success ever since. And he led you to one of the most emotional matches I've ever seen. I almost started crying when you won the Diamond Division Championship against Steve.
Yeah, it was very emotional for me as well. Meeting a Proffet he lit a fire under me. He told me, you have all the tools, you have all the potential in the world. All you have to do is hone it. And he just brought that out of me. He took this shy kid and, he made him comfortable with himself, able to cut promos on his own. And he helped me out a lot. He lit a fire under me. He gave me the confidence that I could go out there and beat guys like Vince Steele, who's also a seasoned veteran, huge man. And it was awesome.
You had to really earn, because at that time, Steele was with the Dwayne Drecken crew still, with all those guys, and you really had to earn that title shot.
I definitely did.
And you really had a tough match that night. That, if I'm not mistaken, you bellied them from the second or third rope, right?
Yeah, off the top rope.
Off the top for the finish. What was... Yeah. You were down and out, and then you just came back out of nowhere, House of Fire. What?
Yeah, it was a brutal match.
What was going through your mind as in the closing moments of the match and then the victory? Because the place went nuts.
What was going through my mind was I didn't want to let my father down. This is one of the first shows.
Were ringside, yeah,
this is one of the first shows my father actually attended at Ace, and it was for the Diamond Division title. So it meant a lot to me. I didn't want to let my father down. I want him to see me succeed. So that gave me a boost. I was down and out, and then I just looked into the crowd. I see my father. He's cheering for me. So I went up to the top rope a couple times. Vin fought me off, and then I just looked at my father and I went for it. And I said, screw it. It's do or die, and the end result was me coming out as champion.
What did your dad say to you when you won?
Man, he was so proud of me, man. He was the happiest man on this planet, man. It was just so emotional and great. My father supports me a lot. He loves that I'm following my dream. He loves that I'm following after him. He's very proud of me of what I'm doing here at Ace.
Around here at Ace, when you're the Diamond Division champion, which you held for how many months? It was a very long tenure.
It was a while. I think for a moment I was,
one of the longer reigning.
Yeah, one of the longer reigning champions.
You just recently lost it a few months back, which we'll touch into 2 months ago now.
Yeah.
What were some of your fondest matches as champion that you had to defend the title?
I would say Alvin Alvarez pushed me to my limit a few times.
For a while.
Yeah, he's sneaky, but he's also a very smart and good worker. So I enjoyed my feud with him. I enjoyed my feud with Vince Steele. He's arguably,
you guys did a 2-match series, right? Not 3?
We had 3 matches.
You did have 3, actually.
The first one
was the non-title.
was not. No, it was titled, but it was without a Proffet.
Right.
Then a Proffet came in.
The second you got the rematch, he negotiated for you, and then the third one was the rematch where it was by DQ where the Wrecking Crew cost him, right?
Yeah.
What was that series like? That was your first real feud.
It was brutal. Vin is one of the best guys. He's arguably one of the best big men in the business right now, and he's not an easy opponent at all. But it was fun. It pushed me to my limits. It made me better, and it prepared me for all the feuds I have ongoing now.
And you talk about Alvin Alvarez, who you were feuding with for a very long time, and he gave you the first run for your money as champion right before you had the Crossroads match. What was that like? Plus, it was manager versus manager with Mike Lewis involved.
It was fun. It was frustrating, but it was worth it. I enjoyed my time feuding with Alvin. Like I said, he's sneaky.
Great worker.
He is a great worker. He's sneaky. He's smart. He has all the tools. It's just a matter of time. He puts it all together, and he becomes one of the top champions here at Ace. But that was hands down one of my favorite feuds with Alvin Alvarez.
And then you had the infamous match at Crossroads against the Puerto Rican Pitbull, Lockjaw.
Yes.
Talk to me about that match.
That's one of my non-fondest moments. Lockjaw's a young guy. He's hungry. He wants it. But I didn't feel comfortable. It was hard. I'm just settling in on my own, and it was hard working with somebody, who's just as fresh. But, it showed me that I had a lot of room for improvement.
Right.
So now, I come and I bust my butt here at Ace, training, trying to get better, trying to improve, so that when times like that come, I'm easy going and it's fine.
Yeah, you really, you really have a knack here, and you have one of the biggest fan bases here at Ace, which, that's something that you really have to earn here. When we come back from break, we're going to transition into the latter end of your Diamond Division reign, and we're going to talk about, your last few matches, including the classic you had with Rock Vegas, and some current things we have going on. When we come back, Studio One Podcast.
If you want to be a pro wrestler, referee, manager, there's one place to go. That is the Ace Pro Wrestling Training Academy, located at 67 Hathaway Street in Wallington, New Jersey. Learn from the best in Ace Pro Wrestling. For more information, visit aceprowrestling.com.
Wrestling fans, this is Joey Image, your Italian hero, and I am here to announce the grand opening of my brand new ProWrestlingTees.com t-shirt store. Check it out at ProWrestlingTees.com/JoeyImage. Every shirt, $20. Super affordable. You can skip your Starbucks drink for a day and buy a shirt, please. And all proceeds go to the Joey Image Retirement Fund. Again, ProWrestlingTees.com/JoeyImage. Thank you very much.
Buy the shirt!
Saturday night, August the 29th, join American Championship Entertainment as we partner up with the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network and a charity show to raise funds for a wonderful cause. See Ace superstars like Astro Morales, Andrew Tiny Johnson, Joey Adams, Mike Donovan, Ricky Richards, and so many more. All proceeds go to benefit the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network. That's Saturday night, August the 29th at 67 Hathaway Street, the Morgan Junior Arena in Wallington, New Jersey. Help us help others. For more information, log on to aceprowrestling.com or facebook.com/Ace Wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Harder wanting you to tune in to the Hardway HQ Podcasting Network, courtesy of the johnharder.com. Enjoy such podcasts as the Hardway Podcast, Nick and John Live New Jersey, and the Hardcore BF Podcast. Skits, segments, Nick and News, even a Stu Hart appearance like you showed us. Check out the Hardway HQ Podcasting Network via the johnharder.com and through iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher.
Ace Nation, Saturday night, August the 8th, two promotions collide to cause anarchy. Our next supercard, TNA superstar and world champion Ethan Carter III takes on star of Lucha Underground, Ricky Reyes. One-on-one, promotion versus promotion, brand versus brand, Saturday night, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey, at the Morgan Junior Arena as Ace presents Anarchy. We're back here on the Studio One podcast. My guest at this time, easily the most popular superstar right now, Astro Morales. Real quick, I want to touch with you the Mike Morgan Jr. Memorial Show, Hero Celebration. You, like many of us, loved and adored Mikey. Mikey was a huge influence and catalyst for you here in Ace, and he really helped you with your promos and your comfortability speaking the microphone, and all the things that you're doing now is because Mikey put that confidence in you.
Yeah.
What was that show like for you and being in the Battle Royal and the atmosphere that night, because you really had a huge chip on your shoulder because you really wanted to do right by your brother?
It was hard. I didn't know Mikey the longest, but that first time I came here with Jamal Jackson to watch, the first person that saw me was Mike, and he said, do you have your bag and are you ready to go? And I told him no. And the second person I saw was Mike Jr., and he said the exact same thing his father did. Hey, do you have your bag and are you ready to go? So, I didn't know him the longest, but I had a certain connection with him. Every time I would come, he would always take time and ask me, how's your father doing? And that meant a lot to me because, he's a kid younger than me, and he's asking me how my father's doing. Always went out of his way to ask me what's going on in my life. He always looked out for me in the promos, always gave me pointers. He was always a sweet kid. He looked out for me a lot, and I appreciate everything he did for me. He's one of my heroes. He's the reason I'm training harder than ever so I can get better at this and so I can make him proud. I don't want to be a mediocre guy. I want to be the best thing that's ever come out of Ace. So I'm trying to make Mikey proud. I'm trying to make my father proud. Mikey meant a lot to me. He inspired me a lot, and I want to push myself as hard as I can, to go as far as I can. And Mikey's one of those reasons.
I'd like to think I could say that Mikey would be very, very proud of what you're doing right now, and you easily have one of the best work ethics of anybody on the roster, and that's something that Mikey, I know for a fact, always loved and admired about you. Let's talk about here one of our first show. Well, in fact, our first show. You took on Rob Vegas for the Diamond Division Championship.
Yeah.
In a amazing matchup, but
I lost.
You did in fact lose.
Yes.
Regardless of the reason. What was that like? Because you were being looked at as unstoppable, as unconquerable. Not to be sounding too cliche. A lot of people did think you were going to lose that title.
Rob Vegas, he's an awesome worker. He's the cream of the crop, man. He's phenomenal. He's a great athlete. He has all the tools as well. And it's always fun working with a guy like that because you can only get better working with someone like Rob Vegas. He pushes me, and it was fun. It was great. It was bittersweet because I learned a lot in that match, but I lost my belt. But I learned a lot from that match. I learned a lot of new tricks from Rob Vegas. It's fun.
Was there anybody while you were the Diamond Division champion you wish you could have wrestled?
Let me see. There's actually a few guys. I would have liked to face Will Wyeth.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he's been the face of Ace for a very long time. I would love, to the future versus the past or the present, if you will. That would have been a really good feud, I say. And Tiny Johnson, just because I like challenging my limits and how I can throw guys around. Yes. I took on Vince Steele and it was a challenge, but I was able to lift him, and I like pushing myself. So
that was interesting picks there. That's interesting picks there. I actually respect your honesty on that. Now let's get into the reason you lost the title. As of late, the Devil's Outlaw, Stockade, has been a thorn in your side. He has targeted you for a multitude of reasons, including the fact that you have a manager in El Proffet. Something you alluded to in your promo recently is that Stockade has been bothering you since you started Ace. What do you think is the center between you two and your dislike for one another?
First of all, I think Stockade's a piece of crap. And he's just bitter because I think what he sees in me is he sees himself as somebody who's fading away, and he sees the future in me. So he's trying to prevent me from going further and being what he knows I am. At the end of the day, I know I'm going to get further than Stockade ever has gotten, and I think he's jealous of that. I dislike him more than anything on this world right now. He's pushing me to my breaking point.
With Stockade, you guys, initially, right after you lost the Diamond Division Championship, the Powers that Be did grant you a singles contest. You were, in fact, moments away from capturing a victory. Stockade used underhanded tactics and low-blowed you. Did you think that was going to be the end of it in that one match, or did you know there was more to come between the two of you?
No. Stockade's a piece of crap. I was not going to let that be the end of it. You know, he cheated to win. And two, you know, he's putting his hand on my manager multiple times. And, you know, that's the breaking point for me. You know, manager's like, Proffet has been like a brother to me. He knows my family. I know his family. We share a lot of connections. So the fact that he's going after my manager, you know, makes it personal. So I was not going to let that be the end of it.
You then thought you were going to get your hands on Stockade again in a tag team contest where you teamed with Joey Adams, another great up-and-comer here in Ace who's been doing tremendously. You took on Stockade and his protege, Chris Reyes. You thought you were going to get your hands on Stockade. You did for a moment, but you really showcased your power against Chris Reyes. Did that at all fulfill the hunger that you have for Stockade?
That did not at all. That did not satisfy my hunger. I'm not pleased at all. You know, Chris Reyes, he's a great kid. You know, I look forward to facing him August 8th. But I want Stockade more than anything.
At that same show, one of two things happened. The first thing, Stockade threw El Proffet down the ramp here at Ace. That's a 16-foot long ramp that we have down there. What was that like? See, right in front of your eyes, seeing your manager, you know, land right in front of you.
I mean, it's scary. I mean, I know this man's family. I know his kids. I know his wife. I know everybody. You know, we're very close. So seeing him, you know, he's not a wrestler. He's not a worker. So he doesn't know how to fall. He doesn't know how to land. So for Stockade to use that and, you know, try to really hurt someone who's dear to me, you know, it pisses me off and it bothers me. You know, I'm really more concerned about, you know, my Proffet. You know, he's a manager.
Also, if you haven't seen it, Ace Nation, youtube.com/Ace Wrestling, exclusive content. Stockade has, in fact, kidnapped El Proffet. He kidnapped him while he was alone in the parking lot following our last show. What is going through your mind right now about the whereabouts of El Proffet? Nothing has been said, mentioned, no message from Stockade. You have not been able to reach El Proffet, and you have no idea where he is.
His family's hitting me up, driving me crazy, and I understand that because, you know, they're looking for their father, their husband, so it's driving me nuts. All I see is red. I'm looking past everything, and all I see is Stockade and me getting my hands on him. You know, I'm trying to find my manager, see, you know, where is he? What has he done to him? What are they doing to him? You know, it's nerve-wracking. I don't know what's going on with somebody who's like my brother. But all I see is red, and I want to get my hands on Stockade and just break every bone in his body.
Now, you have two upcoming matches. One this Saturday for our new promotion, Impact Championship Entertainment, ICE, where you're taking on FMB, the Fat Nasty Bastard. You two are no strangers to each other on a friendlier side. But this weekend, Saturday night, you'll be going against each other in one-on-one competition. What is your mindset against that, and how is the loss of El Proffet not being with you affecting you right now?
It goes back to like what I said, man. I'm seeing red. All I see is Stockade. You know, FMB's like, I've known him for a while. He's a good friend of mine, but I'm so concentrated on Stockade. You know, I might be overlooking FMB because he's one of the toughest guys I know. He can go. He's definitely gonna be one of those top guys in the singles division. You know, but I'm looking past him because I want to get my hands on Stockade so bad. But August 1st, Astro Morales versus FMB, I can guarantee you it's going to be one hell of a match, hard-hitting. We're going to go to war because I just want to get this out the way and move on to Stockade. Just get my hands on him.
Do you think at least by that point you may have gotten some inkling of where El Proffet could be?
I don't know, man. To be honest.
Because then we go into August the 8th at Anarchy, while we do have TNA star Ethan Carter taking on Lucha Underground star Ricky Reyes, brand versus brand, TNA versus Lucha. You're going to be taking on the Lost Boy Chris Reyes, this time in one-on-one action. Now, you're not getting a direct match against Stockade. He'll be taking on Joey Adams in singles competition. Is this match going to lead you to Stockade or El Proffet? Like, where do you see the benefits in the road you're going on right now?
I don't see any benefits at all.
Because a lot of people are saying mentally you're not there.
Mentally, I'm not there to face anybody but Stockade. You know, I'm looking past everybody. I want to get my hands on Stockade, and that's it.
Now, regardless of whether you reconnect with El Proffet or not, What's next for Astro Morales and Stockade in this rivalry? Where do you see this ending?
I see us going to hell and back. Now, I'll do anything to get my hands on Stockade. I'll fight him anywhere. I'll do any gimmick match he wants. I'm not afraid of anything that I have to do to get my hands on Stockade or any stipulation that he wants. I just want my manager back. And I want to get this over with Stockade already.
Is there anything you want to say to Stockade if he is in fact listening to this podcast?
Man, you don't poke a sleeping lion, because when that lion wakes up, it wakes up hungry and ready to maul anything down. Stockade is doing everything to piss me off, and he's doing the wrong thing because he's just making me madder and angrier, and I'm gunning for him. When I get my hands on him, it's not going to be pretty.
Now, if and when this ends with Stockade, and if in the event you reconnect with your manager on Proffet, what's next for Astro Morales? What is it exactly that you would like to do in your career? What is the next chapter if and when you close the book with Stockade?
I'm looking to be the best wrestler to come out of Ace. I'm looking to go straight to the top. I don't care who it is, TJ Marconi, Will Wyeth, whoever's on top, that's who I'm going to go gun for. I want to be the Ace heavyweight champion.
Right now, TJ Marconi is in fact the world heavyweight champion, while some people are saying his antics to get the title shot, let alone the title, are totally uncalled for and unnecessary. Do you think you have a chance at him in the world title? Do you think you're in line for the title right now?
Without a shadow of a doubt, I know that I can beat TJ Marconi. I think I proved that when I've beaten
Vince. And you two have never squared off against
I've never faced TJ Marconi. We've never set foot in the ring against each other ever, never seen each other outside of the ring or anything like that. But I know for a fact that I can beat TJ Marconi for the Ace Heavyweight Championship.
Now, you're talking about things that you want to do next. What competitor, other than Will Wyeth and Tiny Johnson, are there any up-and-comers? Is there anybody, period, on the roster right now? We have one of the most solid rosters to date. Who would you like to face following Stockade or somewhere down the road?
I mean, there's guys like EC Negro, who's a veteran, the king of New York. I would like to, show him who's the king of Ace. I don't think he's the king of Ace. And I think, like I said, I'm the future of Ace. And I want to prove that to anyone and everyone that I can. So I think EC Negro would be one of those guys I would like to feud with.
The elite athlete,
Mike Orlando,
who's associated with no stranger to you, Mike Lewis these days.
Of course. Why wouldn't he be? Mike Orlando, let me see. I've seen guys like Chris Romano come along. That's somebody that...
Better. Yeah. I saw your team with Joey Adams. Your thoughts on him?
Joey Adams is a great up-and-comer. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, one of the most fun tag teams I've ever been a part of. He's really cool, man. He has a lot of potential. I know he can get very far in Ace.
To close this interview, let's do a little bit of word association. The Diamond Division Championship.
I wish I get my rematch.
Mike Morgan.
One of my heroes.
The Movement.
One of my favorite tag teams of all time.
El Proffet.
My brother.
Danny Pagan.
My other brother.
Vince Steele.
One of my favorite feuds.
Ron Vegas.
Wow, hard. Tough.
Lockjaw.
Grueling.
Okay. J.L. Rivera.
Mentor.
William Wyeth.
Future. For the reason I want to have a match with him in the future.
Mike Lewis.
Asshole.
Wow.
Hate him.
Alvin Alvarez.
I can't stand Alvin Alvarez as a person, but as a competitor, I give him respect.
Stockade.
Piece of crap.
Mike Morgan Jr.
Another one of my heroes. An inspiration.
Astro, thank you for joining me at this time. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and your career. I see nothing but success. I enjoy seeing you in the ring month in and month out and week in and week out. I see you here training. You are right now one of the top-notch professional. You are an ace within Ace, and I see nothing but great things for you, and I hope that you can find El Proffet sometime soon. And if he's listening to this broadcast, please contact us as soon as you can so that we can try to find your whereabouts. Thank you again for joining us, Astro Morales. We will see you at Impact Championship Entertainment. That's August the 1st here at the Morgan Jr. Arena. And then we'll see you on August the 8th for Anarchy, where we will have Ethan Carter III from TNA taking on Ricky Reyes from Lucha Underground, TNA versus Lucha Underground, and you will be in one-on-one competition against the Lost Boy Chris Reyes, and hopefully by then we will at least have some idea of where a Proffet is. That's all we're going to have for you for this week, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Joey Image, who is doing Image things, and be with me next week, I am Cheyenne Ortiz. We're going to say it in Studio 1.